Well, hello. I'm back again. So, same day as I mentioned before, but now this is the stuff that you guys need to complete on Friday. So, your Friday's lesson is the scientific method. And so, for this lesson, there's again more stuff for you to do in a work file. And then at the end of the lesson, there's a quiz. So this is actually a fairly lengthy lesson, I think. So it's going to take you a bit more time. So if you're watching this on Monday, thinking how you're going to balance your week, I would say that that first lesson you probably can get done in one day, and I almost would want to spread that scientific method lesson over 2 days. So maybe, on Wednesday or Thursday, start this lesson and kind of complete it over 2 days. That's just my thoughts here. So for this one, you'll see there are a total of 4 slides. I would right away jump to slide 2 and get that work file because you're going to need it right away. So rather than using it right in slide 2, you're going to actually start using it in slide 1, which begs the question as to why they don't just put it in slide 1, and I don't know the answer to that. But that I want you to open right away, and that's what this looks like here. So as you can see, the first question says, after reading through the information titled, "Is it science or does it just look like science?" Answer the following questions. Well, that information is found on slide 1, which is the reason why I say open this right away. There is a link that says, "Is it science or does it just look like science?" So you're going to read that, and then you're going to answer this question: what conditions must be met for information to be considered true science? And then you're going to label the following practices as science or pseudoscience. It's still based on that link there. And then you're going to do question number 2, how do scientific laws and theories different? So you're going to click on theory and law and read the definitions and compare and contrast them for question 2, right? And then it talks about the different steps of the scientific method here, and it also brings you to this link, which in this case is a download that's going to explain things about the steps of the scientific method. So you can read this information. You could print this if you want to and highlight it if you like to do that. I like to do that because I'm old. And in my day, we didn't have computers to read on. We just had papers and we highlighted them. And so that's how I prefer to do it. Even though I work in a virtual school, I still like highlighting things and writing them down. So if that's something you like to do, you can do that as well, because that does make it pretty easy to do. Because when you're done reading that, and going through and kind of this stuff on the next page, also the information about the pre-experimental stage, the experimental stage, and the post-experimental stage, you're going to use that information to help you and kind of do these steps here. So the 5 basic steps of the scientific method and these 4 questions here, okay? And then you also need to be able to do this middle section here doesn't really have anything in the lesson. It just gives it to you in bullet points. It says observations are the actual data that are recorded during an investigation. Analogies are comparisons of what's already known and what is observed or found. And inferences are the assumptions based on the observed facts that they have gathered. And you're going to label each one of these statements as an observation, an analogy, or an inference. Okay? So this last section, oh, I'm sorry, there's more than 4 questions. I didn't scroll down far enough. There are 10 questions. So all of that comes from kind of the rest of the information in the slide. Basically all the stuff at the bottom, including this link, these 5 steps, these 3 links, and this activity, which is kind of a lot to keep organized. So maybe, again, open that work file first, kind of read through the questions first, and then go and kind of go to the links and see if you can, find them. So that's kind of what you need to do. Again, save that work file in that little folder that you created for Earth and Space Science. And then you have a quiz. Now, quizzes in Earth and Space Science are more like tests. and tests are more like quizzes. It's kind of backwards. So your quizzes are actually worth more points than your tests. Your quizzes are 35% of your grade, whereas tests are only 20. So think of the quiz as being a test and the test as being the quiz. So I don't know, I'm allowing you to use notes on them. And I will have a study guide. I have a study guide made up for you. You'll see the link for the study guide in the announcements as well. But this is a pretty big thing. It's 68 points. And all the information came from this lesson. So it's pretty important that you did that work file because that's going to help you lots and lots and lots in understanding what you need to do on the quiz. And again, the study guide will also help as well, but I just wanted to make sure that you had the tools necessary to be able to complete that quiz, okay? Because quizzes are pretty weighty. All right, so that is it for your lesson here today on Friday. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck with it and have a great week.